Monday, everybody. Happy Monday. Peace, love, and blessings. Today we are talking about fasting and how it helps your hair grow and eliminate stress. We can really go as far as to say it can save your life. Hi, everybody. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. So, what's up, Crown by Shara, one of our certified technicians out in Atlanta. She does provide our 6-month sewing systems out there for those who are in Atlanta. Remember, you guys, whatever I'm talking about today, if you miss it, this is not something that you want to miss. Ultimately, you want to come back to it if you have to go. And you can always click the link that is in the pinned comment to get free access, because this is what I talk about in our Hair of Your Dreams hair growth guide and wellness guide. So I'm Abra. This is Abracadabra Hair and Healing. And as you guys know, we're not just always talking about just your hair, but it's really silly to talk about just reaching your ultimate dreams when it comes to your hair, the thickness of it, growing it back from hair loss, alopecia, getting to the length that you want without talking about your health. Okay. So, we're about to jump into this. All right. So how fasting can help your hair grow. All right. And eliminate stress. So we got 2 parts. Now we can dive a lot deeper into this, but we're going to be just kind of breezing the surface while you guys are with me. And if you want to dive deeper, join our Facebook group. Okay. Because I got some plan. All right. So now the first thing you need to know is that what is fasting? Fasting is when you refrain from eating, okay? And there's all different types of fasting, all right? And it doesn't have to be complicated initially. Complication is the enemy of execution. So if it's too complicated, you won't do it, you won't get it, you won't receive it, all right? So I want to try to break this down as very simple as possible. But if you can understand what's happening in your body when you're doing that and like the real magical healing benefits, you're going to be more inclined to do it instead of just doing it because somebody told you to do it, which is why most of us do it, but we have no idea what it is. Okay. So, when you fast, within the first 13 to 15 hours of refraining from eating, follow me, you produce something called human growth hormones. Now, there's people out here that pay thousands of dollars for fake hormones. They aren't approved by the FDA. They can be very harmful, but sometimes people need them, especially like kids, right? So human growth hormones, they call it the hormones that slow your aging down. When we were kids, our human growth hormones were optimized. It's released by a small gland. They call it the pituitary gland in the base of your brain. And it released these hormones. So when we were younger, we had a lot of this. And this is actually what kept us young. And it actually is what helped us grow into adults. Our hair was thriving. Our skin, was thriving. I know a lot of people on here can say, okay, my hair is not as thick as it used to be. Or it's not as long as it used to be. That's because when you reach a certain age, you don't release as much human growth hormones. Okay. Now, again, I said people pay literally $1,000 for 0.1 gram of hormones. 0.1. When you can release in just 13 to 15 hours, just refraining from eating from 13 hours. 13 hours is when you begin to release human growth hormones. Think of it as like a light switch. You turn it on. So at 13 hours, boop, you turn on the light switch for human growth hormones. Now, the longer you fast, the more you keep producing. For example, if you fast for like 2 days with just water, it's proven. This is factual information, you guys. This stuff has been tested. There's people that have known the benefit. This is sacred wisdom right here that this world, the government really don't want you to really know. Okay. So 2 days of fasting increase your human growth hormones by 200%. 200%. Remember, as adults, we don't really have a lot of growth hormones. Now, if you eating right, if your stress is low, it could be a little higher than most people, but we are very unhealthy beings, and some of us is out of our control. Well, it's never out of our control, but it kind of is, because the food that they are producing is poisonous, a lot of the food, okay? But So 13 hours, and if you think, you may think 13 hours is a very long time. Not if you time it right. It's all about timing, okay? You guys understand, you have to understand that we are addicted to food. We are really junkies. It's like we should all be going to like what they call the addict classes, like the like the alcoholic classes, or the like the drug classes and stuff like that for addicts, because that's really what we are. Sorry to tell you, but that's what we are. It's all kind of drugs in these foods. That's just what it is. And in order to really change something, in order to really shift something, you have to admit, damn, I'm straight addicted to food. Think about it. When our emotions, when we're not regulating our emotions properly, or if we're sad or depressed, or somebody's mistreating us, or we didn't get that job, or we look in the bank account, we don't got that money, first thing we want to do is go eat something. And then we don't want to eat nothing healthy. We want to eat something that's junk, that skyrockets our insulin levels to where we get a high. That's how it works, okay? So I need y'all to understand that we are junkies. We are junkies, and fasting is vital. It's so vital to reset your brains, your organs, your blood, your clarity. I mean, it's so benefit. Your skin, your hair is so important. So 13 hours, you turn on the light switch for human growth hormones, okay? If you think 13 hours, if you eat your last meal like me, last night, prime example, I ate something and I think I finished eating at about 9 p.m., okay? So in my mind, I set my intention that I was going to do an intermittent fast. So that's one type of fast. That's when you go without eating for a certain amount of hours, okay? So I stopped eating. The last thing I ate was around 8 something, but I find out the last chew was around 9 o'clock, right? So I slept, went to sleep at like 10:30. I woke up at 7. So here we go, 9 o'clock in the morning. That's already 12 hours. That's 12 hours. So it's not really hard to go 13 hours without eating. You just have to really set your intentions to emotionally detach to the fact that as soon as you get up, you got to put something in your mouth. And then putting something dead in your mouth is another thing that you have to overcome. But we'll talk about that later. Okay? So I didn't eat my first meal today until like 1. So I went like 16, 17 hours without eating. So 13 hours, you produce a lot of growth hormones. You flick on that light switch for human growth hormones. Now, that is going to help your skin. Remember, it's these hormones help you age slowly. So it's going to take you back to your youthful self. It's going to help your skin. If you can get into the habit of doing this, your skin is going to change. Your hair is going to change. Your muscles are going to change. There's going to be a lot of things that change within your body. Okay. So yes, so that's that. All right. So now here we go. You got 13 hours. Now you're at 15 hours. So at 15 hours, follow me here. Follow me. So at 15 hours, you got your growth hormones. And at 15 hours, you start to release. Hold on. I'm sorry. I thought I saw something. Yes, this is my hair. I try to follow y'all questions and stuff while y'all asking. Okay, and remember, you guys, in our Hair of Your Dreams hair growth manual. So in that manual, and the link is in our in the pinned comment here. So all you got to do is click on that link. You get free access to this manual. In this manual, we talk about all things hair growth, including nutrition. Fasting is in there. Fasting is in there for sure. We talk about reducing stress and all of those things, okay? So now you get to 15 hours. So 15 hours, you start to release ketones. You start to release ketones, okay? What are ketones? You just turn it on the light switch. Now, of course, the longer you go, the more you produce. But when you start to release ketones actually release and attack bacteria, diseases, cancers, viruses in your cells. Did y'all hear what I just said? Releasing ketones will actually save your life. Like literally. A lot of us have bacteria stored in our cells, unused acidic proteins stored in our cells, viruses, cancers in our cells right now, and we don't know it. We have no idea. Why y'all think all of a sudden you think cancer just happened overnight? Do y'all think cancer just happens overnight? It does not. It's in your cells. And if it's genetically passed down, you need to even be more cautious. Just because it's genetically passed down doesn't mean that you would get it. But it's like a light switch. Okay? It's how you live your lifestyle and what you do. So that release all of these things out of your cells that's not serving your body. Your body is a very powerful healing tool, okay? And then as we go on, and this is where we're going to stop because we can keep going, but as you go on to 17 hours, so we did 13, you release a lot of growth hormones that helps your hair, helps your skin, help your muscles. It makes you look young. It restores your cells back to your body back to its youthful state, even your organs. Our liver and our kidneys are destroyed. We are here drinking a ton of alcohol. Some of us are doing drugs. Some of us are eating so much trash. Our kidneys and livers are suffering. You just don't know it yet. You don't know it. It takes us having to, our bodies giving up on us for us to have to go to the doctor for them to tell you that you're going to have a transfusion, or you're going to have chemo, or you're going to have, stick yourself, with insulin in order to have a quality of life every day. That's when we start thinking about these things, unfortunately, right? So this is why I'm here to kind of help you really know what's going on with our bodies, because we really don't know. Okay, so at 17 hours, here we go. This is one of the most important ones. When we talk about eliminating stress or reducing stress, or avoiding or preventing depression and helping with anxiety and those things, here we go. 17 hours. You hit autophagy, okay? What is autophagy? Autophagy literally goes into your brain and eats up everything in your brain that's not serving your brain. Autophagy, the word for the meaning behind autophagy is self-eating. So it will eat up all of your dead cells in your brain. We got a lot of dead cells in our brain, y'all. A lot. Okay. There was this man. Let me tell you a story. There's this man named Michael, and I can't remember his last name because he wrote a book. He was so depressed that he wanted to commit suicide. And the way he was going to commit suicide was that he was going to starve himself to death. He was going to starve himself to death. That was the plan. So he locked himself in a room, okay, and started starving. One day go by, 2 days go by. He just starving, right? Here goes the third day. Here goes the third day. He feels complete, like he doesn't even feel like the same person. So that made him think, not only do I not want to kill myself, but I want to go and like make an impact in the world. Like I want to go and conquer it all. Like I want to read, I want to work out, I want to this. Total opposite. Things that he had been wanting to grasp for a very long time, but that he could not. And it made him think, did this come from me not eating? Y'all gotta really understand that there's a lot of foods like me. I'm a solo traveler. I go out of the country a lot. You go out of the country, you grab some Cheez-Its, 10 ingredients. You come over here in America and you grab some Cheez-Its, 50 ingredients. Straight poison. Poison. And we like to look at people who are alcoholics. We like to look at people who are on cocaine or heroin or who going through these things, and we like to judge them, but food is doing the same thing. Food is affecting the frontal lobe. Alcohol affects the frontal lobe. Cocaine affects the frontal lobe. Everything affects the frontal lobe, so it's really no different. We're just food addicts. They may be addicted to alcohol, they may be addicted to cocaine or whatever the case may be, and we're addicted to food. There's no difference. Like, if you really think about that like that, it is going to make you less judgmental, and it's going to make you question like what you actually put in your mouth. Okay. So from there, and I can even speak on this from experience because I'm a frequent faster. I fast probably 4 times a year. Every quarter, I either do a 7-day water fast, I do a 7-day dry fast. I may do like a intermittent fast. That's quite often. Intermittent again is when you refrain from eating for a certain amount of time, and then you can do like a detox where you're doing like. And I always recommend detoxes before you fast, because fasting, if you've never done fasting before and you fast from junk, it can hurt. Think about an addict and you lock them in a rehab center. They're in a lot of pain. That's because they've been drinking alcohol every single day, all day. But if they just had 1 drink a day for the week before they went to the rehab, it may not be as bad. Think about that. So for us, it's better if we go into a fast kind of strategic, and so that our bodies don't have to work so hard to get all the junk and toxins out of our system. Y'all need to understand also that, and this is where you really pay attention to this, because a lot of us don't know our history. We don't know where we come from. We have no idea. Okay. They call it the, Paleolithic being. The Paleolithic being did not eat every day, all day. The Paleolithic being went out and hunted for the food. They ate their food. They went back into their cave and they fasted. They probably had food every 2 or 3 days, possibly. Okay. We ate 1 meal a day. That's what our body was kind of designed for. We're not designed to eat every single hour on the day, eating 5 times, 3 times, 6 times, and snacking in between. Our body's not meant for our insulin level to be skyrocketing and keep going like this. The biggest contributor to diseases is the fact that our insulin levels are skyrocketing high, or they don't have enough time to release and come down. Okay, you want to be healthy, your insulin levels need to come down, and they need to stay down for a long period of time. That's why fasting is beneficial. Okay, so again, if this is something that you've always wanted to know, I know you here because you see that it can help grow your hair. It sees that you can help. It sees that it can reduce your stress, which is very important for hair growth, very important for thickness. Stress alone, when you have cortisol levels, when you stress, those cortisol, you release a lot of cortisol. That's the hormone that you don't really be wanting to release if you want your hair. Who is that? I know you know who Dr. Berg is. He's really helped. Yep. There's quite a few. Dr. Mindy Perez is really good to follow. This is in my Hair of Your Dreams, my hair growth guide. The link, you get free access to it in the comment here, the pinned comment. But somebody was bringing up Dr. Berg, who is good on YouTube. Dr. Mindy Perez. What is it? It's not Perez. Dr. I'm sorry, I don't want to get, but it is in my book. Dr. I reference, what's her name? Mindy, Dr. Mindy. Peltz, not Perez. There's quite a few people that I have studied and followed on this. And I did this after because I started getting into fasting back in 2016 when I read the book. What was it? The mucusless healing diet. The mucusless healing diet. When I read that book, that's when I started getting into fasting, detoxing. And so I submerged myself in that before I even found Dr. Bird, Dr. Mindy Peltz, or anybody. I started to dive deeper into that a little later. But I threw myself into detoxing and threw myself into fasting. I can remember the first fast I did. It was 12 days, and it was like a detox. It's more like a detox, not a fast. I ate dried fruits, fresh fruits, cooked vegetables, raw vegetables. It was the very first one that I had ever did. This was in 2016. When I tell y'all, it was hard. It was hard because I was a junkie. I was a junkie. Like a lot of us are on here. We're junkies. Literally. Like we're eating. And junkies don't mean just chips and cookies and cakes. The food that is created, that is made for us, a lot of it is no nutritional value whatsoever for our body. None. And in fact, it just skyrockets our insulin levels. That's a place you never want to be if you want to avoid getting sick and you want to live for a long period of time. Okay, so that's where I first started. Then I started with 3-day water fast. I did a 3-day water fast. That was challenging. It was challenging. But when I got through that, now I could do fasting so much. It's just so much easier. What that did was it emotionally detached me from food. Fasting helps to emotionally detach you from food. So even if you can get through it one time, you may go back at some point to being a junkie, but your body is forever going to support you. Your body is going to say, remember the benefits that you gain, the value that you gain from refraining from eating. And even when you fast, a lot of us are breaking our fast with junk. You got to do your research on, low glycemic index foods. Like when you break your fast, listen. It's so important that you empower yourself and educate yourself when it comes to this fast. If you need a little help or you need a place to start, click the link in this pinned comment and you get access to our Hair of Your Dreams hair growth guide and wellness guide for free. But I do reference a couple doctors, all of them are doctors that really do talk about this. There's a doctor in there that even did a fast and compared the blood work from before the fast and after the fast. Because a lot of people think, fasting, I'm going to die. Do you guys know how much fat you have stored in your body? It will take a very long time for you to, we really got to shift our mindset because that is completely false. Fasting is only helpful. It's not detrimental to your health at all. You know, some people think, I'm going to lose all this weight. Well, do you want to lose a little weight that you probably going to gain, that you're more than likely going to gain back? Or are you concerned about your quality of life and how long you're going to live? Like, do you got kids? Do you got grandkids? Do you want to see them get married? Do you want to see them graduate? What you want to do? You know what I'm saying? That's how I kind of look at it. So, it's very important that you guys really consider fasting. Even if you just started with intermittent fasting. Like here where we talked about the hair growth aspect of it. All you got to do is fast for 13 hours. 8, 9 of those hours, 7 of those hours are sleep. Even starting there is going to transform your life, okay? It's going to help you emotionally detach from food. It's going to give your digestive system a break. A lot of us got leaky gut and wonder why our hair falling out. Wonder why we got inflammation to the scalp. So just fasting for those 13 hours, give your gut a break. It's going to release growth hormones, what we talked about earlier. If you just joining us, you want to watch the replay. Because it's not just about thickening your hair and helping your hair grow. This is about having a better quality of life, finding your pockets of peace and joy and ease and flow in your life. I mean, literally gaining clarity. Anything that you want to know, let me tell you what I do. Cause life ain't really that complicated to me. Any problems I have, the first thing I'm doing is fasting. That's the first thing I'm gonna do. I'm not going to look, the very first thing I'm going to do is fast. It doesn't matter what I'm going through. If it's stress, if it's something with nutrition, if I'm gaining, weight, if I need to gain some clarity, if I want to connect better to my source. It's hard to connect. It's hard to see. It's hard to hear when you got a bunch of toxins in your brain. And your brain is responsible. Like your brain is your crown. It is your foundation. It is your vessel. It is your tunnel to connect. You need your brain, okay? And it's nothing. Eating food, eating cookies, and a lot of junk and a lot of processed foods, especially processed foods, Okay? That ain't no different than being an alcoholic. We're junkies. We're food junkies. The sooner you can accept that you're a food junkie, I am addicted to food, the sooner you can change it. So when y'all join our Facebook group and we start really diving and really going on a journey with that, that's the phrase. If you're not willing to admit that, I can't help you. I can't help you because you are addicted to food. And you use food as a crutch to make you feel better because it gives you a high. How many people eat? I want to know right now. Let's see who's going to be honest. Let's see who's going to keep it all the way 100. When you are stressed, even when you're not stressed, when you are stressed, if you are overwhelmed, if you are challenged, who is the first thing that you go to is food if you're not on drugs? And does food make you feel better? I'm guilty. I'm guilty of that too. Give me a 1 or say me. I just want to know. We got 66 people on here right now. You got to understand how powerless you are when it comes to this food. And you got to understand that you have all the power to change it. But if you do not have the resources to change it, if you do not understand what's happening when you fast, you're never going to be able to change this. And why should we have to be diagnosed with something that's life-changing or detrimental for us to even think about changing it? Does that make sense? That does not make sense. It's very self-sabotaging. And when you self-sabotage yourself, you got to think, do I really love myself? If I'm continuing to, if you know the information and I'm continuing to betray myself every day, do I really love myself? And if my actions are proving to me that I may have some issues with some love here, self-love here, maybe some trauma somewhere, we going down a whole nother pathway now. What does that do for my life? What type of things do I attract in my life? Because think about it, if you're an alcoholic or, if you do any other type of drug or whatever, like, aren't you a little less lenient? Like your guard, your safeguard, your actual guard, because we do have a guard, is not protecting you. So you let a lot of things slide. You let a lot of things go. You let a lot of things happen that really don't feel good, but you don't have the power to change it because you're an addict. I hate to talk like this, but I gotta be real. I got to be real. I like to consider myself a healthy disruptor, a loving disruptor, because these actions that we are doing out here are self-sabotaging. And I would like for us to change it. I would like for you to have the best hair on the planet, but I can't help you if you can't see beyond it, because there's other things that are controlling that. What our products, our 6 months on, is going to help you all day long. We're absolutely going to be able to help you get to the hair growth and the thickness that you want for 99.9% of you guys. But you can't, so you're going to be addicted to us also? At what point do you empower yourself to do things on your own that's going to help you? Because you're not going to always, well, I like to think we'll always be here because I started teaching it now. So I don't think there's no turning it around now, our hair growth solutions. But you don't want to be addicted in no way. You want to absolutely empower yourself to learn something outside of somebody else that's going to help you on a day-to-day, because we won't always be like, for example, we help people grow their hair out, everybody, right? And then you got a few people that go back to the same habits and they end up losing hair, and then they got to come back. Now that's the beauty of it. They know they can come back and they know they can get to the hair growth that they want, right? So that's the beauty. But you don't want to, who want to take 10 steps forwards and then get knocked back 20 steps backwards? Okay. So, I wanted to jump on here today to bring this to your attention. And we're going to be diving into this a lot more, because I know a lot of you guys have thought about fasting. A lot of you guys know, like, have maybe done it before, but you had no idea what you were doing. You just somebody told you, well, we're going to fast, and that's you stopped eating. Or some of us want to do it, but literally feel like I can't do it. There is absolutely no way I can go 2 days or 3 days with only drinking water. There's no way I can do it. I'm going to tell y'all one thing about the human brain. The human brain wants to be right. The human brain wants to be right. If we don't want nothing else, we want to be right. We want to be right. So if you say there is no way I can do that, you just diminished your potential to do it. If you diminish your potential to do it, you're not going to take no action and you're not going to get no results. That's how it works. Your belief system influences your potential. Your potential controls your actions, and your actions determine your results. Can everybody hear me? Can everybody hear me? Someone said they can't hear. Can you hear me? Can everybody hear? Yay, nay? Okay, so maybe your phone, love. So, belief system influences potential. You got to create the potential. Whatever you want to do, if you don't believe it, you just cut off your potential. That's how this works. Okay? So, you got to believe that you could do it, but more importantly, you got to know why that you're doing it. You got to know why you're doing it. You can't just say, oh, I'm going to do a fast because Amber came on live and talked about it. Or I'm going to do a fast because my church said they was going to do a fast. What's your why? I'm going to tell y'all my why. I almost died. I was 30 years old and was on my deathbed for 3 whole months, hospitalized. And I was healthy. How? How'd that happen? I said, oh, I ain't never gonna be in nobody's hospital again. And that was 10 years ago, and I ain't been back ever since. Because I changed my eating habits. PCOS is my why. If don't nobody fast, if you got PCOS, that's a hormone issue. That's a serious hormone issue. And it's affecting your hair and many other things. If you are sick, if you are on this live right now and you're sick, you have any type of malfunction in your body, that should be your why. If you have kids too and you're sick, that should be your why. Where do you start? You can start by downloading our free access to our hair growth manual, because I go over fasting. I give you the benefits, the time frames, and I also link some YouTube videos that you can go to dive further. Type 2 diabetes, hypothyroid issues, fast. If you got depression, if you are depressed, if you are a depressed person, it seems like you go in and out of depression, or if you're depressed right now while you're watching this, fast. I'm telling y'all, it may be challenging, but it's going to be the most rewarding challenge that you have ever experienced in your whole entire life. And it's going to give you clarity. It's going to make you feel more youthful and more vibrant. It's going to make you look better. If you have an overweight issue that you're unhappy with, fast. You up here trying to go to the gym and you spending all these hours in the gym and you going back to the same habits. Or you spending all these hours in the gym, or you eating the same, or you still eating junk, or you have some issues going on with your brain where you need to activate and turn the light switch on of autophagy so that your brain cells can be renewed and get rid of that depression like that. How bad do you want it? How bad do you want it? How bad do you want to lose the weight? How bad do you want to get rid of the depression? How bad do you want to get rid of diabetes? How bad do you want to get rid of your hypertension or your thyroid issue? How bad do you want to get rid of your PCO? How bad? If you ain't willing to fast, you ain't willing to get rid of it that bad. Because it is proven that fasting can heal your entire body and give you clarity to make better decisions and connect you to your source, whatever source that may be for you. But I can tell you one thing, when I fast, that third day, even on the third, fourth day, I feel the God within me. Any questions, any issues or anything I'm trying to figure out, I get them in over download. Download, nonstop. Nonstop that sometimes I'm up in the middle of the night. I'm here where I am now because of fasting. Third day could be challenging, especially if, depending on what your eating habit was before that. So in our book, our free access, the link is in the pinned comment. We talk about the different types of fasting. I'll tell you what I've done. I've done intermittent fasting, when you go a period of time without eating. So just last night to today, my last meal, I chewed and swallowed my last food at 9 o'clock p.m. I did not eat till 1:30 today, or 2 o'clock today. 17 hours. I released human growth hormones. I released ketones, and I released and I turned my light switch on for autophagy. Just in 17 hours. Now, if you're sick, or if you have some type of illness in your body, you absolutely want to consider going longer. I've done 5 days water fast, 7-day water fast, 7-day dry fast where I didn't drink or eat anything. And I did that for complete body healing. We get into stem cells when we go there. When you fast when you get to your 2, your 3 days, your 4 or 5 days, even your 7 days, now you're completely pushing out any type of disease you have in your cells. If someone told me right now somebody in my family had cancer, guess what? They're not eating. If I'm in control, they fasting. It's the quickest and the best way to heal your body. So, yeah. So I just want to encourage you guys to think about it. Think about it. How bad do you want it? How bad do you want? You can start from the Lord and go deeper. You can start from on the surface and go deeper. How bad do you want your hair to thicken? How bad do you want it to grow? How bad? How bad do you want to reduce the amount of stress that you have on a day-to-day? How bad do you want to reverse your depression? How bad do you want to get rid of the likelihood of cancer? It is proven that you reduce your likelihood of getting cancer by 70% if you do a 7-day water fast. This is proven. You reduce your likelihood of getting cancer by 70% if you do a 7-day water fast. Do you got cancer in your family? I would be considering a water fast. I just want to encourage you, because we don't know these things, and we don't know how our power has been taken away from us on a lot of things. And it's not even that complicated. We make things complicated. It's not even that complicated. When it's too complicated, you won't do it. Okay? So you just got to know your why you want to do it. You just have to understand why you want to fast. But I'm just trying to give you an idea of what's happening when you do it. Because if you can understand what's happening when you do it, you can develop you can have your why. Because some of us, you got your why, but you don't know that your why is connected to fasting. So again, 13 hours human growth hormones, 15 hours you release ketones that turns on the light switch to start eating up diseases in your cells. 17 hours you turn on the light switch of autophagy. You want to get rid of depression? Turn that autophagy light switch on. You feel like you got a foggy brain? Something ain't happening there. And then if you want to go deeper, hey, we can go deeper. Join our Facebook group. I started a 3-day water fast today. I'm so happy for you, my love. I'm so happy for the transformation. But if you want to just start small and you want to really improve the quality of your hair, 13 hours, that's it. You sleep 8 of those hours. But that's going to really help you in a lot of ways. It's going to emotionally detach you from food. You're going to start looking younger. You're going to start burning fat easier. You'll lose weight from that. And you'll be able to keep it off if you can get to the habit. If you can detach emotionally from food and stop going to food when you are triggered and when you have trauma going on, it's going to make this process, it's just going to make life so much better. It's going to make life so much better. How do you water fast? Drink water for 13 hours. Well, you're going to be asleep. If you really want to make sure that you can get through those first 13 hours from refraining from eating, you probably want to make sure you time it around your sleep, because you don't sleep 7, 8, 9 of those hours. So you don't really want to be drinking water while you're sleeping. Yeah, you don't want to drink water while you're sleeping. But when you're up, yes, I would. The first thing, if you wake up hungry, which you may or you may not, I don't know, everybody's different, down you some water. It curbs your hunger. And you got to stay busy too. You got to stay busy. And if I were you, I would listen to any type of podcast or any type of YouTube on fasting, because it would help support you in the journey. It would help you to learn more about what's happening and help you connect why you're doing it to how it's happening, if that makes sense. Click the link in our bio when you hang up from here, and we have a link that goes directly to our Facebook group. So if you go to our Instagram page and you join, click that link. The Facebook group is right here. The Hair of Your Dreams 90-day Hair Growth Journey Challenge community. No food at all. Drink water and then go to bed for 7 days. Yes. Transformational. Okay. So that's it for right now, you guys. I have to head out, but I was definitely there to get on here and start talking about that. Start opening up the conversation to that. We'll start diving more into it. I got some stuff special I'm going to be announcing in our Facebook group, so make sure you join that. And if you want free access to our Hair of Your Dreams Hair Growth Manual, make sure that you click the link before I hang up right here that's in this comment. I think I got the link in there. Can you click that link? I don't know. Make sure you click that. And you can always DM us the word start, or you can always comment the word start on any of our reels, and we'll automatically send you that link as well. It depends. I'm talking about, well, it depends. Yes. Drink water. Water. You can't click it. Okay, so it's also, if you click the link in our bio, it's also right here too. So if you click on that, free access. So it'll give you free access to the guide. So just click the link in our bio, you guys. I don't know why that link is not a hyperlink. So click the link in our bio and go to your Hair of Your Dreams. Just click the link in the bio and download for free and join the Hair of Your Dreams 90-day growth challenge. So click that link. And fasting is kind of it's in the nutrition area. So there's more information about it there, the different types, what you should consider before doing it, how you should break it, those type of things. Okay, so thank you guys. Peace, love, and blessings. I will see you next time.